hi, Reggie. Mwah. I know it's been a while since you guys have seen Reggie, so I just wanted to share her with you. Down! Hello all, it is Niki. Welcome back to the channel. It's not going to be a big video today. I just wanted to give you a couple updates of some of the things that are flying around in my head. For starters, before I say anything else, Braving Centaurs and Other Bad Ideas. I finished it this week. Reggie, I'm going to need you to be calm and stay on the ground for me. I finished it this week, and I don't want to say too much now because I want to do an entire video on this book and the series, but I guess for now all I'll say is as soon as I finish the first one, I ordered the second one on one-day delivery, so that should tell you what you need to know. I'm really excited about this series, and I'm really excited to do a video on them. With that out of the way, it is ramping up to be a pretty busy week. I just finished my last assignment for one of my courses yesterday, so that's really exciting. That's one course kind of down until finals, but I do have 2 more papers that I need to write in the next week, which I know I can do. I will just need to be really diligent about splitting up my time so that I'm working on both papers every day. I'm typically a finish one thing then start the other kind of student, which works sometimes when your schedule allows that, but when you have cases where you do just need to work on 2 things at the same time, it's not my strength. However, one really encouraging thing happened with one of my last papers that I just submitted, and sorry if you can hear Reggie pacing. Her click nails can be pretty loud sometimes. Normally, my method is to write my essay not thinking about the word count and then go back afterwards and just cut out hundreds of words in order to cram it into the word count. And I'm normally within 3 words of the limit when I finally do submit. This last paper that I wrote, I don't know if I just outlined really efficiently, but I actually had to add words and sort of add some analysis in order to meet the minimum word count, which has never happened to me. That has been my MO for everything, whether it's creative writing or analytical or expository writing. I'm always over and always having to cut down words. Case in point, the chapters that I've been working on recently. I have 2 chapters, each is supposed to be around 2,400 words, but together they were 5,500. So there was a lot of cutting that needed to be done, but I got it down to 4,800 words, actually a little bit less than that. I always feel really accomplished when I reach that point where I have polished enough that I've got the chapter or whatever it is I'm working on down to the proper word limit, because the amount of work that you have to do in order to carve out those hundreds of words means that you're reading and rereading and rereading, so you're polishing as you go, which is really helpful because it gives you more confidence that what you're submitting or what you're completing is actually the best work that you can do. You know that you have spent a sufficient or more than sufficient amount of time on these few chapters or few pages of text. Editing is fun. I actually enjoy editing. I enjoy cutting words and just making my prose as tight as possible, but I also enjoy just the initial writing phase, and that's what I'm trying to do a ton of right now. This week will probably be a little bit lower productivity for my creative stuff just because I need to focus on all the papers and stuff that I'm writing, but after that I'm going full speed ahead. Just want to write like crazy. And on a random burst of inspiration, last night my brother and I had kind of got all our stuff done. We didn't have anything to do. And we watched Tangled for the first time in a really long time. Man, that movie is just flawless. I think it's 13 years old. I still remember watching it for the first time. And it's magical. It's so good. So romantic. So well written. I just love it. Plus it features a thief, and you guys know I am just way into thief stories right now. I don't know why, I just find them really fun and fascinating. Speaking of which, I started a thief story recently. It's a YA book that I've had my eyes on for kind of a while now. I won't say the title just because it's not important and I haven't gotten very far into it, but I was really surprised when I started reading it at the amount of telling that was being done in the early chapters, telling as opposed to showing. I don't think that I would have even noticed, even a year ago, it probably wouldn't have bothered me because I didn't really understand the difference. But since I've been doing kind of a lot of work with that and trying to really catch myself telling and correct it, it's really hard to stay on top of that. Telling is just so easy to do and so hard to avoid, and showing does take a lot more words typically because things that you could just say in a sentence when she was 6, she had done this, you now have to show in a flashback or show in a conversation or show in a way that is just not efficient, that just takes way more words. It's one of those things that you need to see examples in order to fully understand what is going on here, what could be done differently. And that actually really helped me to understand, okay, so this is how you would write this kind of a backstory if you were telling versus if you were showing. And the book had a little bit of a blend of both, so you could see sort of the different styles. It's always fun when you actually feel yourself learning something. Showing versus telling is something that you hear about from the very beginning, from everybody. You kind of like think you know what they mean, but sometimes I find that I still don't really fully understand. It's really nice when you have those like milestone moments where it's like, oh, okay, I think I get it now. I think I understand what they mean when they say don't do this, but do this. All that to say, I am learning. Who knew? Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to like and subscribe and comment below with what you're reading or watching or learning from this week. And as always, do not forget to spend some time in the clouds today.